Biden rips anti-transgender attacks on Trans Day of Visibility with no mention of Nashville. President Biden marked Trans Day of Visibility by condemning violence and attacks against transgender people, sticking to the Democratic Party narrative without mentioning the recent deadly school shooting by a woman who identified as a man. The president declared Friday that today, across our country, MAGA extremists are advancing hundreds of hateful and extreme state laws that target transgender kids and their families. No one should have to be brave just to be themselves, said Mr. Biden. Let me be clear, these attacks are un-American and must end. The bullying, discrimination, and political attacks that trans kids face have exacerbated our national mental health crisis. He listed his administration's efforts to promote rights based on gender identity, address anti-transgender violence, and end the crisis of violence against transgender Americans. The statements were standard Democratic boilerplate and would have seemed unexceptional but for Monday's deadly assault on the Covenant School in Nashville, where 3 adults and 3 9-year-old students were killed by a shooter described by police as transgender. This should be a day of visibility for the Christian victims of the trans shooter. Since the Biden regime wants you to forget them, here they are. Remember them: Catherine Kuntz, Mike Hill, Cynthia Peake, Evelyn Dieckhaus, Hallie Scruggs, and William Kinney, tweeted Claremont Institute spokesperson Nick Short. Mr. Biden's comments came a day after White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre was accused of tone deafness for declaring that our hearts go out to those in the trans community, as they are under attack right now. Conservative media critic Stephen L. Miller responded, anyone else attacked this week? Others pushing back included Jim Hansen, president of the national security strategy company WorldStrat. Correction, it was Christian school kids under attack, tweeted Mr. Hansen. The terrorist was trans, said conservative pundit Ian Miles Chung. What about a day for the victims of the Nashville mass shooting? Graham Allen, host of the Dear America podcast, asked, when will you stand with Christians as they were violently targeted and murdered? International Transgender Day of Visibility began in Europe in 2009. In 2021, Mr. Biden became the first U.S. president to issue a proclamation declaring March 31st to be Transgender Day of Visibility. On Transgender Day of Visibility, we celebrate the strength, joy, and absolute courage of some of the bravest people I know, Mr. Biden said. Transgender Americans deserve to be safe and supported in every community. Mr. Biden ordered U.S. flags to be flown at half-staff this week to honor victims of the Nashville massacre. First Lady Jill Biden also attended a vigil in Nashville after the shooting.